Welcome back, guys. Episode 4. We finally made it. It's been a couple weeks for us behind the line of scrimmage. That is my partner, Cody Minks. I'm Montana Boar. It is a Wednesday, February 21st. Spring has already come, at least in this corner of Iowa. 61 degrees today. That is great for us. We got a packed episode for you. We got college football expansion. Playoffs, going to expand to 12 teams. We knew that already. But they're going to the 5-7 format, which means 5 conference champions will be in the college football playoff. And then we got the coaching carousel. That circle is always moving. And then, of course, what else we got?
Oh, let's just take a look here. We got some recruiting news, like usual.
Yep. And then we also got one more thing.
I got us here. It's our top 5 non-quarterback Heisman list.
Yep, because we hate quarterbacks. That is what we're going to start here on this podcast. We hate quarterbacks.
You're dang right. And do I actually have a list made right now? No.
But you know I do.
You're right. He's got a list, but guess what I got? I've got my heart and I've got ball knowledge. I'm ready to cook.
All right. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stick around with us. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment on our show. That way we can use your comments in the next episode. Let's get into it.
So, I'm going to give you some names here. And I want you to try and figure out what I'm actually talking about here. I'll give you a hint. The only hint is that this is something very important to our sport come the end of the year. Carson Beck. Will Howard. Jackson Dart. Riley Leonard. Maybe Connor Weigman. Do you know Connor Weigman?
Yeah. A&M quarterback.
Garrett Nussmeier. Cameron Ward down in Miami.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel, maybe?
All quarterbacks.
What am I talking about right now? If you had to just branch it all together. You know, there's a couple things we could be talking about. The Davey O'Brien Award. Best quarterback in the country. Maybe guys who are going to lead the college football in passing touchdowns. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm going to venture to say that this is the Heisman odds in order.
What?
With no skill positions or defensive players on the list.
How could that be? No, like that doesn't make sense. We're talking about an award for the best college football player. Why is it only one position?
Don't ask me, man.
What? No, this is just a Davey O'Brien watch list, right? I mean, it's just quarterbacks, though. No, it's just the quarterbacks on here. I think they forgot a couple names in there. Oh, what's that? Oh, this is the Heisman odds list. Huh. Well, we've got some talking to do.
Yep.
We've got some talking to do. Coach, take us away.
Listen, because this is a quarterback-only list, I had to make a list of the top 5 non-quarterback Heisman favorites. You know we hate quarterbacks around here. So, that being said, we got to start somewhere, okay?
Mac Jones, New England Patriots.
3 running backs since 2000. Reggie Bush, Mark Ingram, and Derrick Henry. Okay, so keep that in mind when I give you my top 5. Then, of course, you have Devontae Smith from Alabama in 2020. Alabama won the championship that year. So, my first player on the list, one of the only defensive players like Notre Dame, Manti Te'o, that will be on this list. JT Timuloa, he had 38 tackles last year, 5 sacks, 1 fumble recovery. He is a junior. He'll be a senior this year. The reason why, right? They're like, why in the hell would a defensive player ever win a Heisman again? If we got a quarterback-only list, why in the hell would JT Timuloa ever win a Heisman? Okay, well, you got Quinshon Judkins. You got Travion Henderson. So the running game is going to be a little more prevalent at Ohio State, okay? We're not really sure about Will Howard as a passer yet, okay? You still have Emeka Egbuka, okay? You're definitely bringing in some talent via the portal and also via the room that you've already created. Okay? So, based on that, we also know that Ohio State has a great history of creating defensive linemen. Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Chase Young. These brothers are all studs, defensive linemen. And then the number one thing that impacts winning a Heisman is just that, winning. Ohio State is second in championship odds this year. So my thing is, you win more, you'll be on TV more, and therefore you have a higher chance of winning the Heisman. Obviously, he wouldn't be my number one pick. Obviously, quarterbacks are probably going to come number one. But this is a top 5 non-quarterback list. So don't be in our comments being like, oh, why is Jalen Milroe not your number one? He probably would be, but this is the top 5 non-quarterback list. So, GT Timaloa, Ohio State defensive end. What do you think about that one?
I mean, the first time I ever heard that man's name, when I was truly learning about Ohio State, it was a couple years back. I believe they were playing Penn State, and Gus Johnson on the call said, look out for this guy. Highly touted recruit. Insane athlete. He's going to be the guy that's going to make a play whenever you need it. I believe he had... I can't remember what it was. It was like 5 sacks, multiple turnovers, a fumble recovery to the end zone.
Yeah, I think I remember that game.
I can't remember what he had off the top of my head. But I remember hearing about that JT Tuimoloau. That's that guy. Yep. And then he went off and completely decapitated Penn State himself.
Yep.
And since then, I knew he was him. And he is still him.
Okay, so you like that pick?
I do. I like JT. Honestly, as someone who's not a huge Ohio State fan, but I can rock out with the vibe.
Yeah.
JT's probably one of my favorite players on the team.
Okay.
Outside of wide receiver room and running back room.
All right. Next on the list, a name that should be familiar to all.
It's crazy. This name is something I was not super familiar with this year, but I wasn't as locked in this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. This name was kind of surprising to me when I saw stuff. I was like, what? I don't know this name.
Yeah.
Why do I not know this name? How do I not know this name?
Yeah.
This guy has been one of the best running backs in all of college football. Yeah. How do I not know this name? Coach Moore.
The next, Barry Sanders. Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State. 17 plus 100 yards, 21 touchdowns in 2023. He will be a junior next year. He was a sophomore this year.
Braylon Allen who?
Okay, so let's get into reasons why I think Ollie Gordon could potentially win a Heisman. You have a favorable schedule in the new Big 12. Your only really tough opponents are Utah and K-State. And you can win those games, right? I remember last year, we were like 3 weeks into the season for Oklahoma State, and they had started 3 different quarterbacks, okay? They know who they're going to start this year. They're bringing back the quarterback, they're bringing back Ollie Gordon, and they're bringing back their top 3 wide receivers, okay? So they know who they're starting on offense. That is big, okay? So, obviously, last year matters in terms of numbers, okay? He finished 7th in the Heisman last year, okay? Probably should have been higher. Obviously, there's probably multiple quarterbacks. We hate quarterbacks, okay? Like I said before with Ohio State, if you win, more TV time, more money, all of a sudden Ollie Gordon is at the top of your list for the Heisman pick. What do you think about that one?
Like I said, I guess I was a casual last year.
Yeah.
I didn't hear this name at all last year. Maybe once or twice. It was not in the forefront of my mind. I heard this guy I was seeing potential ratings on the new college football game, and I see this guy at the top. I'm like, how is this guy not the biggest name in college football right now? Coach Moore shed some light on me, showed me some highlights, showed me what he was doing. This guy deserves to be a household name. If you don't know the name, you know it now. Get locked into Ollie Gordon. Buy some stock. This ain't no crypto. This is a lock. Ollie Gordon. He's a beast. Now we got a man who, with reason, is a name you all know. You guys have all been waiting for it. Maybe dreading it. Maybe excited for it. Boulder, Colorado's very own Travis Hunter.
Yep.
What a player, a playmaker, in many sorts. Coach Boy, take us away.
All right, 31 tackles, 3 interceptions last year on defense. On defense, okay? This guy's a two-way player, okay? One of the only two-way players this sport has ever seen, okay? He dealt with some injuries last year. I remember he took that big hit against Colorado State. That was a fun game to watch. Like I said, the hype is always there for Colorado. You have Dion, you have Shedeur. The hype is going to be there. The only problem with that is you got to win, okay? You started off 3-0 last year, 4-0, okay? Then you started sliding, okay? You need to win if you're going to stay in the Heisman conversation. We know how special Travis Hunter is. We know how special Shedeur Sanders is. They have to win ball games in this new Big 12. Their schedule, kind of favorable. I think they play at K-State. They play Oklahoma State. So they're going to have to upset some of these teams if they want to stay in the Heisman conversation. Travis Hunter, you are my number 3 pick in the non-quarterback Heisman list. What do you think?
I love Travis Hunter. I know there's haters out there.
Yep.
I know there's haters out there. First of all, why? Because everyone's rocking with them? Because they're getting deserved screen time? They're out there having fun, living their life, and you're hating on it? Come on. Enjoy it while it's here. Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Dion, it's not going to last forever. Enjoy it while it's here. Enjoy it while it's here. Have some fun with it. These guys are just so electric to watch when they are hitting on all strides. Travis Hunter, just watching him play, the ability to play make, not only at wide receiver, at cornerback, make plays on the defense, become a game changer. It's just pure football, man. And if you hate on that, get out of here. What are you doing? Get a job. Do something with your life. Because if you're hitting on a young man, trying to succeed, making people smile, making memories, come on. Let's be better.
Number 4 on my non-quarterback Heisman list, we have a name that only football gurus like myself and you will know.
You gonna include me on that?
Yes, you will know tonight. Okay? Amarian Hampton from North Carolina led the ACC in rushing yards, was 5th in all of college football last year with 1,442 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns.
You know who had more, though? Oliver Gordon. Come on.
Okay, the beauty of that is they both play in different conferences, so hopefully they both win. And all of a sudden we're kicking quarterbacks out of this list.
Exactly.
Because we hate quarterbacks. He had 234 yards and on 26 rushing attempts in a win over Appalachian State last year. That was the breakout game. That is why he is number 4 on my list. He will be a junior this year. Could you imagine a world where Ollie Gordon and Amarian Hampton return after next year for their senior year?
We're in good hands.
Yes.
We're in good hands. College football fans around the world, feast while you can. This is special.
Yep.
New blood coming in. Everyone's saying, is there really a star this year? That's what I think. When I see a lot of the names in this sport, there's not a lot of names that pop out to you. There's a couple.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that's like, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
That is him. You've got guys waiting their turn. They're ready to make that them.
Yeah.
They're ready to become them.
Yep.
Give them time. This year's their opportunity to let you know who they are. Amarian Hampton's one of them.
All right, so why do I think Amarian Hampton is going to win the Heisman? Okay, North Carolina, semi-favorable schedule. You go at FSU. That is going to be a really tough game. You host NC State. Win more TV time. That is going to be the phrase of this Heisman segment. That is what you need to do. All you need to do is win. Okay, more money, more winning, more TV time.
More
you get to
eyes.
the high. Yeah, exactly. You get to the higher. You get higher and higher on that list. That's all you need to do. Okay. So the attention goes to Hampton, obviously, because Drake May is gone to the NFL. Who the heck is even on that North Carolina team now that Drake May is gone? Can you name me one player?
Amarian Hampton! Come on, man.
You got one. Okay. 4 of 5 offensive linemen are returning. They'll need to fill that left tackle spot. As we know, the O-lineman, the most important position in the game. Having that chemistry already with Amarian Hampton and his linemen, that is going to be a combo to watch next year in the ACC. Hopefully they can win a lot of games. You know, like I said, FSU probably at the top of that conference, Clemson as well. But don't be surprised if North Carolina makes a run in the ACC.
This next name, you may have heard last year. Playing a big-time bowl game. Didn't get a favorable result. But at the beginning of the broadcast, you may have heard them mention this guy's name. Coach Moore. Take us away.
C.J. Daniels from Liberty. Where the heck is Liberty, man?
I wouldn't send my kid there.
Okay. 1,800 plus yards. 17.2 yards per catch. 21 touchdowns in 3 years at Liberty. He got hurt in 2022.
He's got 2 years with Willis.
So basically it's 2 years, right? All right. So why is C.J. Daniels from Liberty going to win the Heisman? Well, he transferred to LSU.
Mm-hmm. And I've got an answer right here. Who won the Heisman last year?
Jaden Daniels.
Now, guys, hold on. Cut out that first name. What are you left with?
Daniels.
That's all you need.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels, the kid, is passing the torch to C.J. Daniels. Come on, man.
If only they could have played together. That would have been crazy.
It's
Why is LSU and C.J. Daniels going to be the perfect combination? Well, they are 6th in the championship odds for next year, okay? Like I said before, you're going to hear me say this a lot. Win more eyes, more money, more TV time. That is all you need, okay? LSU, you got to beat Bama. You got to beat Oklahoma. You got to beat Auburn. All these smaller SEC teams, you can maybe upset Ole Miss.
I can see you going 3-0 versus those Ole Miss. Last year, what was that, a 6-point game?
Yeah, that was a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
You got to win those games, okay? If you win those games, C.J. Daniels starts putting up Devontae Smith numbers. All of a sudden, we got the first wide receiver Heisman since 2020. 4 years, all right? So, they don't draw Georgia, like we just talked about, and they're at home in Death Valley against Ole Miss and Alabama. That is going to be...
scary hours,
yes,
I would say.
Exactly. And of course, like we talked about before, Jaden Daniels, the LSU quarterback, won the Heisman last year. So, that puts more eyes on LSU, period, right? Because like we talked about before with the quarterback odds, Garrett Nussmeier is already on that list. So they're going to be watching Garrett Nussmeier, and all of a sudden they're going to see this guy, C.J. Daniels, from Liberty, putting on a show, Devontae Smith type numbers, okay? That is what we want to see. That is going to round out my personal top 5 non-quarterback Heisman list. What would you give that entire list a grade? Like, if you had to pick top 5, would this be your top 5?
Out of vibes, you are convincing me dearly. Dearly convincing me.
There we go.
You've got at least 3 out of 5 that I would say. For sure, the top 3 you've got. I'm sure there's a couple other guys you could plug and play in there and say, hey, these guys are some dark horses. Look out for them. Personally, my brain's not that deep. My brain is not like coaches here. All right? I look at things, I see names, I'm like, I know that name. Is he a dog? Yes or no? If you check that box, in my opinion, you've got the chance to make the Heisman.
So that is going to be a Heisman segment. Let us know what you think, okay? Obviously, this is not a quarterback list. So if we get comments that Jalen Milroe should be number 1, well, he should be in the wide receiver anyway. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's a joke. Okay?
Man, wait.
That's
Time
a
out,
joke.
man.
It's a joke.
Where's Carson back? Come on, Skip. Brother has no aura. You're going to let a dude with no aura win the Heisman?
Yeah, who knows? They got a stacked offense again this year with Trevor Etienne. So, who knows? Let us know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.